Wanted to get my predictions for the Ultimate Fighter 7 finale in, just so I could brag later if I got them right, or delete it later if I got them all wrong. But I watched this season and I really liked it. I enjoyed the season. I didn't like that last episode, but I enjoyed the season. So let's go into my picks. First match, and this is the undercard. Rob Kimmins versus Rob Yunt. I got Rob Kimmins by sub in second round. Next fight that I see here is Tim Credur versus Kel Yarbrough. And Tim, I really liked Tim on the show. Kel, not so much. I got Tim by KO in the second. And that's kind of a weird pick because Tim's a submission guy. But I haven't seen him take anyone down. So far, it's everyone taking him down, and he'll submit them when he's down on the bottom. But with his recent match with CB, he's got good hands. He works like this jab combo that CB had a good chin for, so he was able to absorb most of the shots. Otherwise, I think that would have put most people down, including Kel. So I got KO second round. Then we got Jeremy Horn versus Dean Lister, and I picked Jeremy Horn because I think his MMA is more, his jiu-jitsu is more suited for MMA. Dean Lister's a good guy, but he seems to, sometimes he has trouble with the pressure, and I think a veteran like Horn is able to get in there and just start fighting. Next fight is Matt Arroyo versus Matt Brown. Matt Brown was on the show this season. Matt Brown's an animal. Matt Brown's already beat Arroyo, so I'm going to go with Matt Brown again. Let's see what I got listed as. Fight ends in round 1, KO. Same as the first one. Matt Brown's an animal. He should work on his takedown defense and sub defense. Otherwise, he could shake up 170. I really want to see him do good. But I'm looking at his record here. Yeah, he's never been KO'd or TKO'd. His only losses have been by submission. So, fix that and he could be a monster. Next we have Marvin Eastman versus Drew McCready, which is kind of weird because they're kind of a lot alike. And gotta find that fight. I picked Drew McCready's. Fight ends in round 1, KO, TKO. I like him better. He's younger. He's got sharper, crisper punches. Eastman's good. He's good, but I don't think this one's going to go to a decision. I think Drew's ready to prove himself again, and he'll end this one fast. So Drew McCready's going to take it. I'm pretty confident in that pick. Josh Burkman versus Dustin Hazlett. I always want to say Hazelnut when I see his name. Alright. I picked Josh Burkman. Judge's decision. Majority, unanimously. Whatever. Burkman's got good wrestling. I think he could work his wrestling, and he's got alright boxing. And I think he could keep Hazlitt off of him, not be subbed. I think. I think he has pretty good sub defense, and he really needs to start winning again. He needs to put on their streak. He's kind of like just there right now. He's just this guy. So yeah, that's all of the minor card, the untelevised stuff. Let's get to the stuff we will actually see. And this one I don't like already. We got Matthew Riddle versus Dante Rivera. And I already think I would rather see that match with the two Matts in it than this one. But I'll take Matthew Riddle since he's been training with CB, who's a good fighter, and he's trying to, he's young and he's trying to learn the basics. And meanwhile, Dante, I wasn't impressed with on the show. He kind of slow and lumbering, and he fought this guy that was really green. I forgot his name. I want to say Nick. And he just couldn't finish him barely. He just hugged him the whole match. All he had over him was his wrestling, and that's it. He's not the sub master he's made out to be in that match, at least. So Matthew Riddle, I got it. Fight ends in round 1, KO. He's got good hands. He overwhelms people. He just needs to learn not to take them down when he overwhelms them. Let them fall down because of a knockout. Don't jump into their guard, especially Dante's, because he could surprise you. You never know. Next, we got Spencer Fisher versus Jeremy Stevens. Really weird match because Jeremy Stevens is like a younger version of Spencer Fisher. And in this match, I like Spencer Fisher a little better because of, if I had to pick of the, of an older version and the younger version, I'd always pick the experience over the younger. Even maybe if it's the younger is a little bit stronger version, because MMA is about knowledge, a lot of it, and Spencer knows how to pick his shots, and he's a smart fighter. So I got Spencer in that one. Let's see what by. I'm looking on MMA Playground where I make my picks and I forget them. Judges decision, majority. Alright, cruising right along. We got Luigi Forvanti. I can't pronounce his last name. I've seen him fight, but I can't pronounce his last name for shit. Versus Diego Sanchez. Diego needs a win. Diego's kind of a small 170, and Luigi's pretty big. He's cut from 185, where he used to fight. And where he did pretty good. He won a decision with Chris Liebman at 185, which is real impressive. And he also just recently beat Luke Cumo by out wrestling, because he didn't want none of Luke's stand-up. But Diego is going to take this. He needs to take this. But I'm not going to say in dominant fashion. I'm just going to say he doesn't finish him. So I got Diego Sanchez, Diego the Nightmare Sanchez. Judge's decision, majority. Alright. Moving right along. Next fight, CB Dalloway versus Amir Sadallah for the championship. This one really bugs me because CB lost in that last episode already to Amir. But here we are again because Jesse Taylor beeped up. He went out on Night of Town. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Dana White wanted a chance to have the two teams have a fighter represent themselves and fight. And it makes more, for him, it's more drama that way. And it kind of helps the team aspect of the show. But really, all MMA is about is one person versus another person. It's not a team sport, so that doesn't really matter. But I think Dana wet his pants at the opportunity, got rid of Jesse when he had the chance. He had CB fight Tim, and I thought Tim won that fight, but the judges said it's going to happen again. Amir's going to win, 3rd round submission. I wish this was a 5-round fight. If it was, I'd be so much more happy for Amir, because he's a late bloomer in these fights. He comes out late and rules it. So it's a scary fight for him, but he's already done it before. Just do it again, Amir. Beat CB's puffy-lipped ass. Alright, and last fight is Kendall Grove versus Evan Tanner. I love Evan Tanner. I mean, ever since he left the UFC, I've been really, sad to see him go. He was a great fighter. It was awful to see him leave. And, he went on that motorcycle road trip across the world. Then he tried to start his own training camp. And then some kid ruined it for everybody else. And he got rid of that kid because he was rotten. Then he bought a boat and it sunk in the ocean. Evan Tanner's been through a lot. And I want Evan Tanner to win. I don't really care for Kendall Grove. And I got him winning by judge's decision split. I don't know if he still has KO power or not, if Evan does. But I would like to see him make a comeback of some kind. And Grove is a good point to start. Grove has lost his last 2 fights. So Evan Tanner lost his last fight. So it's really kind of a bottom of the barrel fight for both. They both have to prove themselves.